So as our lecture is on nucleus, okay. So nucleus is a functional part of this cell, okay. So in this structure or in this structure of a cell, you can see inside there is a one compartment that we call as a nucleolus, okay, or nucleus. Here in the purple color, you can see this nucleus and nuclear membrane, okay. Okay, so this chamber or in this membrane is a nucleus, okay. So by arrow I'm showing you this nucleus, okay. Okay, you can see here in this diagram the circular shaped membrane that is a nucleus, okay. Okay, when we are considering the structure and size of this nucleus, its size ranges about tenth of cell volume, okay. That means it's compared to cell, its size is about tenth part of this, okay, 10% part of the cell's total cell volume, okay. So it ranges from 2 to 5 micrometer in a diameter, okay. So genetic material that compounded or that maintained inside this nucleus, okay. So you should know that this nucleus or this nucleolus is a part of this cell, okay. We are not going in details about this discovery history of this nucleus, okay. So we need to know the structure of our nucleus, okay. So where our DNA is or RNA is located. So here you can see the structure of cell nucleus, and the structure of cell nucleus you can where you can easily identify the nucleus and nucleolus. Okay, so this nucleus membrane is enveloped by nuclear envelope, and it contains a pores. Okay, so inside this nucleus membrane, you can see their chromosome is compounded and also a nucleolus, which consists of some other genetic material. Okay, So the nucleus membrane is a two-layer compound. Okay, so with a 10 to 15 nanometer separation. Okay, so this membrane is a two-layer compound. Okay, and it's separated with a distance of 10 to 15 nanometers. Okay, so it prevents the genetic material to flow from the nucleus to outside the cytoplasm. Okay, so this is the main role of this nucleus membrane. Okay, so basically it is for the covering or basically it is to stop the flow of nucleus or nuclear outside this nucleus. Okay, so basically it is the important component of this nucleus to prevent the flow of genetic material to outside the cytoplasm. Okay, so nuclear pores are those pores which allowed the selective transfer of some material outside the cell. Okay, so for the purpose of cellular metabolism, the gene expression, this RNA molecule or DNA molecule need to go outside sometimes. Okay, so therefore it is uh, important to regulate the transfer of genetic material outside the cell. Okay, outside the nucleus. Okay, then there are some nuclear lamina which interact or which coordinate the flow of genetic material outside the cell. Okay, it requires a mechanical support also. So here is chromosome. So in last lecture we have studied about the chromosome. Okay, what is a chromosome and how it is organized. Okay, so generally these are chromosome located inside the nucleus. Okay, so it's a genetic material and it contains two types only. Depends on the expression. Okay, so those heterochromatin are those chromosomes which highly condense. Okay, and these are low. They have less activity. Okay, so they contains those genes which are less active or which are less expressed. Okay, and euchromatin are those which has less condense but it has high activity or high activity of expression. Okay, so these are the basically types of chromosome or chromatins. Okay, chromatin are the part of chromosome. Okay, it is a subunit of chromosome. And nucleolus, you can see here inside the nucleus there is a one nucleolus also. Okay, so this is the discrete densely strand structure, and it synthesizes rRNA and assemble ribosomes. Okay, so it contains rRNA RNA molecules mainly. Okay, so inside a nucleus there is a nucleolus, and this nucleolus contains rRNA and other RNA molecule also. Okay, so this disappear when cell divide. Okay, in the cell division it disappear, and after the division of cell, successful division, it again reappear for the purpose of uh, repacking of this genetic material. Okay. So what is the function of nucleus? You should know that it is a storage of hereditary material. It is storage of proteins and RNA. So, for the purpose of storage, it is mainly important from that point of view. So it also transport the hereditary material from to the rest of the cell. So the nucleus pore has an important function in transferring the genetic material to the rest of the cell and cytoplasm for the successful metabolism of the cell. So it has also a preventive function for the prevention of transfer of some genetic material outside the cell also. Okay, so it works also as a preventive. Okay, up till now we have studied the nucleus and nuclear membrane, its structure and its role in the cell and its function in the cell metabolism. Okay, so okay, this is a typical structure of eukaryotic chromosome. It occurs in two sets of chromosome. Okay, in a somatic cell it is occur generally two sets. Okay, and in other than somatic, that is germinal cell, or germ cell, it occurs in haploid nature. Okay, that means a single set. Okay, so those are at the telomere. It contains specialized sequence located at both ends, and of the linear chromosome. It those are the repeated sequence which are found in telomere regions. Okay, so when we are studying the compaction of this eukaryotic chromatin, we need to know the organization of the DNA. Okay, so from where does it is packed? Okay, so those are the intermediate phases during the compaction of eukaryotic chromatin. So DNA is about 3 meter long in a nature or in a size or shape. It gets packed inside the nucleus, which it is nearly about 2 to 50 nanometer in size. Okay, so it should be compacted. That's how it can be adjust inside this nucleus. Okay, so chromatin is a material of which chromosome of an organism, then bacteria, other than bacteria. So at the first stage, this DNA is compounded and formed a nucleosome. Okay, so the nucleosome contains a linear or helical string of DNA which rounded around this histone protein. Okay, those are the histone protein which are required for the compaction of DNA. Okay, and this nucleosome uh, are this intermediate phase of during the compaction of DNA. Okay, here are 146 base pairs of DNAs are compounded around this histone protein. Okay, these repeating structural units are present. So you can see here it is composed of double-stranded DNA wrapped around an octamer of histone proteins. Okay. So after nucleosome, this nucleosome also get compounded to form a compounded structure. So this formation of nucleosome contains of the core particle to chromatosome to nucleosome. Okay. The core particle are 146 base pair of DNA. Okay. So these are the specific to individual organisms. Okay. It is wrapped around 1.8 times in a left-handed helix around this octamer of histone. Okay. So in this diagram, you can see here it is 146 base pair of DNA wrapped around this 8 octamer, and it is this folding is around 1.8 times. Okay. So this is one time and this 1.8 times. Okay. So those are the types of chromosomal proteins. The first one is histone proteins and second one is non-histone proteins. Okay. This chromosome chromatin also it's compounded. It means it contains a DNA molecule so and a protein molecules. Okay. So these are the properties of histone protein. They are basic in nature. Okay. There are 5 types mainly: H1, H2B, H2A, H3, and H4. Okay. H1 is outside this octamer. Okay. It present outside this beads which we see earlier. Okay. So it is a linker binds to the linker DNA also binds to the nucleosomes, but not as tightly as the core histone. Okay. So we see here in structure that this core histone proteins are surrounded, and this H1 histone protein is around this, or it act as a linker between this DNA molecule and these core proteins. Okay. And then the histone lacks a tryptophan. Okay, these are the character for this histone protein, but we need not to go in details. Okay. That those are the characteristics for the non-histone protein. They are acidic, okay, in nature. They are all proteins associated with DNA apart from the histones. Okay. So after this 30 nanometers fiber that get developed during condensation, after this they compounded again and form this uh, structure like this. Okay. So in last lecture we have studied this DNA packaging. Okay. So during this cell expression or the gene expression, this double helical molecule this gets unwinded, and then during replication it get replicated or it produces similar kind of copies of this DNA molecule. Okay, so that's why this packaging and unpackaging of DNA is important from the expression or gene expression point of view. Okay. So during the cellular metabolism, it is important to study the unfolding and folding of this DNA molecule. Okay. So this double helical structure get unwounded during the DNA replication. Okay. We will study in later our lectures.